If you want to make the most amount of money in 2024, look no further. This video is going to break down everything you need to know about making money online in 2024. Hi everyone, I'm Ishan Sharma. I've been using the internet to make a living doing what I love in the last 3 years, and that is what I want to explain to all of you in this in-depth long video. Make sure that you watch till the end. I'll talk about every single way in which I make money today. How does it work? How much potential there is to make money in this field? And at the end, I'll tell you how can you get started from scratch. So make sure that you watch till the end. Take as much notes as possible. Hit the like button and let's get started with the first one, and that is consulting. Now, consulting is a very interesting field in which you can get in, establish your authority, and get clients consistently making money every single month. Let me first tell you how it works for me. So I have built an authority as a YouTube marketer, someone who has experience of growing multiple YouTube channels. And when I did that, I got reached out by a lot of companies asking for help to grow their own YouTube channels. And as a result of that, I started working with a couple of companies on a consulting basis. In this, I would get on a call with them every single week, 4 times a month, and sit down and create a strategy for them to execute. They would execute it with their team, get back to me with the results, and I would tweak and suggest what to do next. That is essentially the idea of consulting. I just started doing it in 2023 and it has been a very interesting experience. How much potential there is for you to make money in this? There is a lot, right? So you could be charging upwards of $2 to $3 to even $500 every single hour that you spend with them on consulting. Depends on the company that you're working with and the deliverables that you have. So that is the money making potential. How difficult it is. Now, yes, consulting can get hard. You have to really establish yourself as the number one trusted source in that field. All the companies looking for advice will reach out to the top trusted sources and will consult them for everything that they're looking for. How do you start with this field? Let's try to talk about that. So first of all, you need to realize that this field requires mastery. This field requires experience. So what you need to do is to pick a skill, pick a niche, and go hard at it. Go in depth. Go as much deep as you can, learn as much as possible, implement as much as possible, have those case studies, those anecdotes, those statistics to back up the data and to back up the expertise that you're writing in your bio. So that is essentially how that works. The second part of you being discoverable in front of the clients is all about content creation. See, the more discoverable you are, the more people from companies will get to watch your videos, and if they watch your videos, they would want to work with you. So it all ties back to creating content to become discoverable about that particular field. What I would advise you to do is to start out with creating a content structure for a particular platform. You can start with using a tool like Notion, which will help you structure every content piece that goes out. So once you're creating content consistently, once you have mastered a particular skill, the next step is just to sit back and wait. No, I'm sorry, I'm just joking. What you need to also do is to reach out to people, reach out to companies and actually ask them, are you looking for some help? Are you looking for consulting? Go for networking events. The more discoverable you are, the better the chances for you to get consulting projects. So that is essentially how it works. I started with charging about 15 to 20,000 rupees for every hour I would give to a particular client. So I was making about 1 lakh rupees per client by spending just 8 hours on that one client in my entire month. And the more clients you have served, the more testimonials and stories you would have built, and then you can raise the prices even more. If you're curious about consulting, the most important niche to get started in is going to be number one, weight loss consulting. So many people and companies looking for help and guidance around it. Obviously, you need to have certain certification and all of that, but you need to master this skill if you want to consult people around this space. Number two, AI. So many companies are looking to consult people who know what AI can do for their business. How can they apply large language models like ChatGPT and others and integrate it into their own platform? That is the second niche for consulting. Number three, that is going to be business management. right? Management consulting is very popular. You might have seen a ton of companies do that already. The basic idea is you set up a firm which then works with small to medium sized companies and you help them with their business problems. Maybe their margin is going down. So you sort of have this problem statement and now you need to analyze what is the root cause of it and how can you come up with a solution for this. Again, you need to have a business mindset for that and you need to have certain level of experience for getting started with this. So that is essentially how it works. These were some fields in which you can start consulting from today itself, but always remember, mastery is very important. I spent 3 years on YouTube and only now I started getting clients who are looking for advice about how to grow their own YouTube channels. I made an in-depth video about consulting and how I make 1 lakh every 8 hours. Check out the link in the description. You will get to learn a lot more about it in depth. So that was consulting. Very interesting field to get into. People and companies will pay you a lot if you have that authority built up and you have the skills that they are looking for. That is consulting. Number 2, let's talk about agency. So aside from consulting, my marketing agency, which is called MarketUp, works with a ton of companies. And our goal is to help companies grow organically on social media. That is what we've been working on over the past 2.5 years. And we have had exceptional growth stories. Now, what we are doing is that we're essentially selling a package. A packaged service is one in which you have multiple deliverables, right? It could be a video edit, it could be graphic design, it could be SEO, it would just be simple content writing, script writing, and you are delivering it to them in a retainer basis, right? So that is essentially how it works. Retainer means every single month they'll be paying one lump sum cost, which will include all of the things mentioned in the deliverable package. So that is how that works. That is how I've been working with a ton of companies. How can you get started with this? It's very simple. You again need to have an understanding of one particular space. In my case, it was just YouTube marketing. For you, it could be Quora marketing. It could be, TikTok marketing. It could be Instagram marketing. It could be any other platform wherein you can showcase a business's product. The next step is for you to get your team. You will not reach far if you're doing everything yourself. You need to delegate tasks so that you can scale and build a tribe around what you believe in. And so the best thing is to start hiring people, start giving them work on a freelance basis so they only get paid when they are doing the work and not when there is no work. And that is how you can start with an agency. The next step of agency is to actually start selling, right? So the best thing about MarketUp is that all the leads come organically. We don't have to pay particularly for every single thing that we are getting the lead from. Now, the good part about MarketUp is that everything is organic. We have not spent a single dollar on advertisements. It all happens because of word of mouth, number one, referrals, and it also happens because someone watched my video on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and then they reached out to me saying that, hey, Ishan, I want this service of MarketUp. So that is how that works. You need to figure out a way for you to cut down on the expenses, thereby increasing your margin. The next step after hiring a freelancer is to start marketing. But if you start from scratch, a simple lead generation tactic could be to reaching out to people on LinkedIn and setting up a call with them through Calendly and getting them on a call. That is the most important thing. Once you get them on a call, the next step is to ask them questions. Sales. This is how you will be doing the high ticket sales, which is all about listening to their problems and then creating that need for them to buy your product. That is all that there is. So you create that need and they would automatically say yes to working with you and buying in your package. Some very important things, when you create a package, give them discounts. When you get them to sign up for a 3-month long package, 6-month long package, give them even more discounts. When you do that, the deal becomes sweet and they are much more likely to say yes to it. So that is essentially how you would start a marketing agency. It could be in any domain, could be advertising, it could be organic content, it could also be email marketing, it could be landing pages, but the bottom line is the same. You first master a skill, then you hire people, then you would create structures for sales and lead generation, and that is how you start working. Another part of this is operations, and that is where your bonding with the team will come in handy, in which they'll be handling every single task and it needs to feel seamless for the end consumer. Now talking about how much money can be made from this. Well, I run my agency which makes over 1 crore every single year, generating over 50% in margins. That is the power of having an agency. Now, once you understand this perspective, also know that it is going to be a lot difficult because you need to have proof of work that you can show to someone that yes, we have built X number of YouTube channels and we can help build yours too. So if you can build that authority and that trust, you would find a ton of clients looking to give work to agencies. So start an agency in 2024, but always focus on differentiating yourself and creating a niche that is so unique to you that the world will not copy. But I also have friends of mine who are running multiple different agencies and they're able to make over 10 to 20 crores every single year with the help of their agencies. So that is what you can get to eventually, but you have to focus on the basics, pick a niche and hire your freelancers and do the sales. And once you do that, do the operations very well. And the next step for you is to rinse and repeat. Create more case studies, build more stories around that, publish that, get that in front of people and get them to trust you and hence build your... I hope I'm making some sense. If I am, make sure that you hit the like button. Now, there is just one big problem when it comes to building an agency, and that is the limited scalability. As you get more clients, you hire more people. It's a linear curve, and that is where we go wrong. Because when you have too many people, everything becomes unproductive. Everything becomes too cooperative and the speed at which you could execute. So all of this is compromised because you're hiring too fast and you're trying to keep up with the growing number of clients. And as you do that, you will realize that the potential for you to make money with agencies is going to be capped. Right? There will be a ceiling where you cannot go upwards to. So you always need to understand what that ceiling is, where you are right now, how far will it take for you to reach that place, and then just be okay on that. So that's a bit about creating an agency of your own. Lastly, talking about the different type of agencies. Number one, you have an influencer marketing agency in which you are connecting the company with the influencer and making a 20% cut in the middle. The influencer marketing agency is worth hundreds of thousands of crores in India, and it is a rapidly growing field. So building an agency which bridges the gap between influencers and businesses is going to be very, very lucrative for you. There is an interview I've done with Ayush Shukla. Go watch that. He is the founder of Finet Media if you want to learn more about this field of influencer marketing. So once that is cleared out, let's now move on to the next segment, which is going to be affiliate marketing, right? Affiliate marketing was the huge dream of people. Right now, it's not so much like that. But talking about my own personal experience, I have attached affiliate links of Amazon in the description of my video. I also work with certain companies and provide you special discounts. And whenever I do that, I get to keep some amount of money. Now, again, this is not a lot of money. It's just nice to have change, but it still is a income source that I want you all to understand. I did not focus on it enough. If you go all in, if you create the exact funnel, and if you create that campaign, you are bound to win. So essentially, affiliate marketing is all about you having a link of a product. When anyone buys a product from that link, you get some reward from that website itself, right? For example, they'll give you 10% off, or they'll give you some sort of cashback. Now, I personally don't have enough experience of affiliate marketing because I myself make about 5 to 10,000 rupees per month, which is nothing, but it is a easier way to start making money, right? The other ones that we just talked about is hard. You'll have to spend months and even years studying a particular niche. But when you're talking about affiliate marketing, it is all about creating a link for a product, selling that to someone. Whenever they purchase anything, you get to keep a cut from that website. That is how it works. Now, how do you start with affiliate marketing? You can go to ClickBank and you can look at all the offers available and you can copy that link and use it wherever you want. Like me, you can also sign up on Amazon affiliates dashboard, and then you can generate links for any product out there which will have your tag in it, right? So that is the basics of affiliate marketing. How easy it is probably the most easy way for you to make money because there is no upfront cost to build anything. You're just using a link someone has created and you are selling something through that. There are some products offering affiliate percentage up to 50 to 60%. Imagine getting a sale of 100 rupees and you get paid 60 rupees. as your reward for selling this item. That is insane and unbelievable. You can embed those links in the blogs that you are writing on maybe Medium or your own website, and that would be a great way for you to make money passively after you once set it up. Now, the potential for you to make big money with affiliate marketing is huge. Since this can be scaled infinitely, it is all about getting people to click those links and actually purchase something. Now, talking about how are the ways I am earning through affiliate marketing, number one is all the links I've pasted in the description of the video of Amazon. Number two, whenever I am working with a brand or any course out there or anything like that, I always ensure that I have a code they can use and they can get some discount from it. And that is going to be a way for them to track how many sales am I doing, and I get paid accordingly for that. And hence, with the help of affiliate marketing, you can end up making a lot of money and you can scale it indefinitely only if you understand how it works and how can you actually make the sale and if the landing page is optimized or not. Moving on to the third part, and this is going to be book sales. If you don't know, I have published 2 books so far. The first one is right here, Crush It on LinkedIn, as you can see, and the second one is Unlocking Unicorn Secrets. Now, both of these books performed amazingly well, getting sold in thousands of numbers. And whenever someone buys one of these 2 books, I get paid a certain commission from every single book sale that happens. Again, I barely make any money from book sales, but it is important to highlight because it is a revenue income source nonetheless. Now, how do book sales really work? If anyone goes out in the market and buys either Crush It on LinkedIn or they go and buy Unlocking Unicorn Secret, I get paid a certain commission. Now, if you publish your book on Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP, you get about 50% of every ebook that is sold. Now, you won't make a lot of money with book sales unless you are doing hundreds of thousands of book sales every single year, which to me is just absurd. Now, the way for you to make money is by signing up on something called as Kindle Direct Publishing. You go onto this platform and you start, creating a book, right? So you take help of their tools, of their resources and tutorials and create a great ebook. Then you publish it and then you start spreading the word about it. Now, if you get a publisher like Penguin and then publish your book, you would be making about 7.5% of every sale that happens in the market of that book. Now, talking about how do you start with writing an ebook and then selling it? Well, I believe that all of us have some hidden talent or skill that we can start teaching to people, or any unique experience that you would like to tell in the form of a story. And when you do that, that is when you connect people and build a movement together. So that is how you start with writing books and ebooks. Just simply take a Google Doc and start writing down what are all the important ideas that you want to talk about, then make it into a structured list and then create individual chapters for each of those headlines, and then start writing and compiling everything and creating one. Now, once you compile all of these chapters and you create a chronological order for this book, the next step is for you to submit it on the Kindle Direct Publishing platform. Once that happens, they will review it and voila, your book is live on Amazon and anyone around the world can start reading it from today itself. How amazing that is. So that is about book sales. I don't make much money out of it. It was just a passion project that I really enjoyed building and doing. So again, go check out Unlocking Unicorn Secret if you've not yet already. That is an Amazon bestseller from Penguin. And then we also have Crush It on LinkedIn, which is my own book, self-published about 3 years ago in 2020. And let me know in the comments, what did you learn from going through those books? Now, one little trick, if you want to sell books using Instagram, you can make a reel in which you are basically keeping your book like this and talking about why this book is amazing and you should read it, thereby keeping people hooked and not telling them the name of the book and only revealing it at the end of that reel. So you can say that this book is called this, read it now. And when you do that, the AVD of the reel shoots up, thereby creating more impressions. And the algorithm is suggested to more people. So that is the basics of having book sales. Number 5, we have speaking engagements. Now, similar to consulting, once you develop your expertise over a niche, people want to consult you. In this case, people want you to come and train their own team, their own employees. They would want to invite you as a speaker because you have mastered a particular niche and you've been talking about it for some time now. And whenever they invite you, you can charge a fee for it. So I have done a couple of campaigns like this in which I have asked for a pay from a company which were inviting me for a session for their employees. And that is how I got to make some money with speaking engagement. Now, this is a great opportunity because you would anyways be speaking about what you have mastered. In this case, you would actually get paid to speak it, and you would be talking to more serious, more mature people who are working in jobs as an employee at that particular company. So I've done a couple of these events. I'll be doing a lot more in 2024, but this is a great way for you to monetize a skill that you've mastered. There are people like Gary Vaynerchuk and many more who charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for every single speech that they give at multiple different seminars. So it could be corporates, it could also be seminars, it could also be events, workshops that they invite you in as a guest to speak about that particular topic. Talking about how much money can you make with it. So there is a huge potential. You can basically, you're working with companies and hence you can charge a lot of money for it, but also realize that it is a value-based game in which you have to build relationships. The more value you give and the more you commit to a particular company, they would want to invite you over and over and over again. So investing time in building those relationships is very, very important. So that is about speaking engagements. Yes, you can make a lot of money, but this is very important for you to understand. Another important thing is how can you get started with it? You have to, first of all, be great at speaking, right? You have to learn the art of public communication. So I have talked about this in depth in my video where I talk about how to speak effectively in English in 45 days. Go watch that if you have not already, link in the description. But basically that would lay down the basic principles for speaking effectively in English. But as a speaker, when you're addressing an audience, you have to make sure that you engage with every single one. You have to make sure that you are including every single person. You have to make sure that your talk has a sense of humor. It has a sense of, uniqueness to it. And it will only happen if you will put in the work and if you will practice as much as possible, right? Your goal should be, if you have a 10-minute presentation, you must practice for at least 100 minutes, right? So just take that 10 minutes and multiply it by 10 itself. And that will give you the number of minutes that you need to practice before you even go on the stage and start speaking. So practice, engage the audience, have an element of humor and uniqueness, and you are going to be excellent as a public speaker. And obviously you are a master at a particular skill or niche, and hence you are talking about that in this space. Let's also quickly cover brand deals. Now, as a creator, I come across a ton of brand deal requests. So these are companies who reach out to me and they ask for me to integrate their tool or their product into my videos. And now I am very selective to pick the ones which are actually matching with me and with the value I can create for my audience, and only then I take in their sponsorship or brand deal. So this again is a huge chunk of how much I make every single month and year, and it comes directly from the fact that I am discoverable, that I have this reach, which again goes back to the fact that you need to start a YouTube channel or you need to build a personal brand. Again, I've made 2 videos on this topics. Go and watch it if you have not already, but this is very, very important for you to keep in mind. So that is brand deals, right? How does brand deal happen? You would basically be having your email in the about section of your YouTube channel or in the bio of your LinkedIn profile or Instagram profile or your Twitter profile. People will reach out to you inquiring for brand collaborations. You would do a meeting with them, you would create a price that you want them to pay, and when they pay it to you, that is when you move to the next step and you start working on, actually creating that piece of content, and try your best to make it seamless, right? The best ads never feel like ads, right? So you have to understand that whenever you create that integrated segment, it should feel like it's a part of the video and it shouldn't come off as something completely different. So always keep that one thing in mind. Keep the experience as seamless as possible when you're creating a brand deal and integration, right? So that is about YouTube brand deals. That's how I do it myself. There is a lot of potential to make big money here. There are creators I know who are charging tens of lakhs of rupees for brand deals. And the one thing to keep in mind is whenever you work with a brand, don't be a sellout, right? There are so many people who will just shill anything and everything, right? From a Chinese loan product to a fantasy gaming app. They don't care about anything. They just want to make as much money as possible, as fast as possible. Well, that is great in the starting. It will hurt you in the later part of your career. It will hurt your reputation. It will hurt the type of brands that you could be working with. So that is the basic idea that you need to understand. Only work with brands that you resonate with and can provide value to your audience, and create a list of things that you will never work with. Right? Like I have a list of things that I will never be working with, and I stay true to it every single day. So that's a bit about brand deals. How do you get started with it? Again, you need to have a YouTube channel, or you need to have a Instagram account or any other platform that you can monetize. The best way to get brand deals is to never think about brand deals, right? I never thought that I will be working with the likes of Google, Amazon, and other companies. I only got to this place because I was focusing on building a genuine audience, a committed viewership, and the sponsors, the companies, they just came as a byproduct of it. So build a beautiful garden and the bees will come right in it. I hope I'm making some sense. Make sure that you hit the like button if I am. But this is the basics of brand deals. Do not worry about it. They will come to you once you start having enough traction and start having enough views. But always remember, don't be a sellout. And talking about pricing, so essentially you would create a lump sum structure that you pay X amount and you get this integration segment, or you pay this X amount and you get that dedicated video section. But you can also do lump sum plus affiliate deals that I can take some amount guaranteed, and the rest will be dependent on how many sales I get with the link in the description of the video. And whenever someone makes a sale, you get a percentage depending on the deal you have done with that company. Let's now address the elephant in the room, which is the last thing: YouTube AdSense. And you can also call it Twitter revenue program. So essentially with YouTube AdSense, it has been the most consistent source of income for me, but it's also very little, and I cannot survive off of just my YouTube AdSense, because of which I have to go to brands. You need to have like 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, and then your videos start getting ads and you start getting paid money. So once you hit that $100 threshold, you will start getting paid for that amount. So that is indeed an amazing way for you to create some passive income on the side while you're creating real value. But one thing to keep in mind is how much can you make with it? In India particularly, you cannot make a lot of money with AdSense. You really have to struggle for it. Unlike US, wherein people are literally making $70,000 to $80,000 every single year just with the help of AdSense. YouTube India does not pay as much as YouTube does in the US. So you are left with a very meager amount and you have to resort to other ways to make money. So the next step is, how difficult is it? It's not really difficult. You just need to get that first 1,000 subscribers, which is going to take you a lot of time. Getting 1,000 people to agree on your vision when no one else does, and getting them to sign up, getting them to subscribe even for free, is a humongous task. It will take multiple months. For me, it took me about 6 months, but I finally got there. And that was the most highest ROI thing that I've done. Putting in time into growing the channel initially to get access to YouTube AdSense program. Also, let's talk about Twitter. So essentially with Twitter, you can create tweets and it has some criteria that you need to have this. And when you're a part of the Twitter monetization platform, in which you get paid every single month for the engagement you are getting and for the ads that are placed above and below your tweet. That is essentially how it works. It's a very simple structure. You simply just need to keep tweeting and you'll get paid automatically, right? Again, this is a very small amount, even 10 times smaller than compared to YouTube AdSense in India. Now to get started with YouTube AdSense, you really need to understand what do you want to make content on and then go all in with it. The first few videos need to be the most high quality videos. Put in the time, put in the effort, perfect the script, perfect the storytelling, and then come back and create a genuinely good video that people will watch, and it can blow up the rest of the videos that you'll be making on your channel as well. So these were all of the 7 ways through which I make money as a 22-year-old in 2024. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to share this video with a friend of yours. Also, if you learned something from this video, click a screenshot and post it on social media and share the one insight you learned. You can also tag me at Ishan Sharma 7390. I will see you in the next video.